Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Inspiring Joy. My name is Jodi, and if you are returning, welcome back. I am grateful for all of you. So today is going to be all about styling. I have some old items and some new items that I recently picked up while at an antique store. So I want to share with you some ideas that you might be interested in and find some joy in doing in your own home. So let's get started and I'll show you what we have. Okay, so we are now in the kitchen and let me show you some of the items that I'm going to use to style with. So first of all, I have these pots here, and this is one pot, and I have it stacked in this terracotta pot, basic terracotta, with a little basket. So to start with, I'll put the terracotta pot into the basket with a handle. And then I'm going to stack this pot into this pot. But I'm not just going to stack them. I have an idea for what I'm going to put around and inside the pots, between the pots. And then I also have this adorable little plant that my husband picked up for me today. It is called a coffee plant. And I was going to put that kind of inside the pots. And then I have some other things, like I said, I want to put in the pots, stacked between. I also have this cute little artificial lavender plant that I'm going to use. It looks super sweet. I picked this up at an antique mall store area as well. Super cute. So I'm going to incorporate this. And then I also have this vase that my mother-in-law made out of clay. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm going to incorporate this in this little vignette setting as well. And then I also have this riser. And it was one of 3 in a set from Amazon a while back that I picked up. And it came flat with the legs, and you screw the legs on at the bottom. And I'm going to use this as well. So the pots, the plants, and the riser. And then I also have this cute little air plant that my husband just brought home today. It's a little bunny. It has a little head and a tail and a cute little air plant. And I'm going to use that in this little setting of styling, and this little fuzzy little bunny as well. Super cute since we're almost to Easter. And reach a little bit further, and this little artificial bead plant. I'm not sure what else it's called. Maybe you all have a name for it. But I absolutely love this. I got 2 in a pack from Amazon. They look absolutely real. So if I can find the link to this, I will put this in my description. And if I have links for any of these items, I'll put them in the description from where I obtain them. Some things that I've had for quite some time, so I'm just kind of reusing them in this styling for this video too. So let's get started in this particular styling, and I'll show you as well a graphic on this video of my inspiration for this styling that I'm going to do. I don't have all the same items that are in my inspiration, but it inspired me to set up some of these styling items that I'm showing you here today. I'm going to use this corner area that I have on the countertop in our kitchen. And what I'll start with first is the riser. And I'll set this against the wall next to the stove here. And then I'm going to set the plant into this gray pot, which I really like the difference there. And like I said, this is a coffee plant, which I've never had here at home. I don't know if you can see that graphic. I'll put the graphic up on the screen as well. It's from Ethiopia. I enjoy highlight, and you can follow it on Facebook. So in any event, I'm going to put these in the pot, but what I want to do as well is I'm going to add something between the pots. So I have this Spanish moss that I picked up a while back at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to put it between the pots and let a little bit of it stick out. Stuff is very messy, so you may find that it's quite a bit messy actually, but I enjoy it because I like the color. It's a very neutral kind of grayish color, and I like that variation with the clay pots. So I put the Spanish moss into the top of the pot, and this pot is inside this basket here. And then I'll set that onto the riser, like so. Then I'm going to take my green pot, my green plant rather, and stick it into my pot. turn this around just a little bit more and stick the moss out of the pot. Like that. All right. Then I'm going to put the artificial lavender plant. I'm going to slide that over just a little bit onto the top here. And then I'm going to put the little bunny here. Little bunny air plant. And the other little bunny right next to it in front. And then the little seed pearls, I think that's what they're called. I'm going to stick these into this pot here and let them kind of cascade down a little bit. And I have this canister, crock actually, that my mother-in-law made out of clay, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to set this to the side in front of these other items. I'm going to set some of these in here like that. So I think overall this looks absolutely adorable. I'm filling up this corner with some visual interest. I have this beautiful crock that I can utilize for spoons and different things to hold things. But I think this is spectacular. I like all of this because it's artificial, and then we have our air plant. Have our little plant up here, which I will probably swap this out for an artificial plant just because I don't think it'll do well as a live plant here in this corner. But I really like the color, the different textures, a little bit of interest for Easter and the holiday. And then we have the different textures of the terracottas and the basket and the stand for the riser for the items to elevate them. I think that just represents a fantastic look for this corner. And it's just kind of whimsical and fun. All right, so that is styling number 1. Now let's do styling number 2. So for styling number 2, we are going to use these items. So first I have this really cool kind of accessory bowl, or I guess it's more of a ball, but it has a lot of really cool texture. Picked this up years ago from some decor store, but I really like it. I love the shape, the colors, the textures, the more aged look to it. I think it's super cool. So we're going to use this in some way. And then I have this item. Now this I picked up over the weekend when my husband and our daughter were shopping at an antique mall. And this is one that I'm going to enhance and do something with, so it's not going to stay like this. But for now we're going to use it as it is, just to show you from this styling how I want to incorporate it and use it as an accessory item. But eventually I would like to age this and even create some handles on both sides and use it differently in our space here at our home. So let's give this a shot and we'll see how it looks. So I also have these books that we picked up antiquing as well. Super pretty. Love the colors of these. All 3 of these. The color is just absolutely gorgeous. And I love the binding of them, and the pages are pretty as well. And then we have this one, and then this third one here. And then I also have this little basket, little flat wall basket. I think it's called a tobacco basket. All right, so first of all, I'm going to use this basket against the wall here. Which I think I'll use it on this side. And then I'm going to use these books. Now I'm using this wall in the kitchen. You can certainly use any wall that you may have where you want to display some items, but it's easiest to show you here with the lighting and things that I have. Okay, so I have the basket and I have my books. Now I'm going to add a little bit. I think I'm going to borrow the riser that I used earlier. Okay, so I have this riser again to use here. I'll set that right in front. Okay. And then I'm going to put the ball on this side as sort of an anchor for the books. Awesome. Okay, now I have this large vase, but you know what? As I look at it, I really kind of like it up here. Looks pretty cool. All right, so let me add my plant to that. So here are some options. You can put this back up here and even leave it in the basket if you'd like, with the pearl seed artificial plant. So that gives you some greenery and some texture. That looks pretty cool, pretty nice. All right, so then alternatively, you could take down that and you could use this pot up here, which looks really neat. You could just use a plant on your riser. The ivy is called asterisk ivy, and I'll put that in the video as well on the screen so you can see that absolutely gorgeous plant. My husband came home with this plant today too. He did a great job picking these out. And then additionally, we can use a glass vase. And if you have some greenery to add to that as well. I'm just going to add this for right now just so you can kind of get the idea of some greenery in there. So all in all, we have some great texture items and some kind of old structure of different accessories there with the books. We have the wood riser, the plaster aged ball there, and then the glass, or you can use this vase as well, or even just something smaller, and then this basket behind it, and this plant. Oh, alternatively, you could even just stack this on top if you wanted to have that in your kitchen or in whatever room or space you're going to do your styling. If this were in a living room, you could even add like a clock or something additional here, maybe a vase with some fresh flowers, or a vase with a plant outside of it as well. So, and if you have additional books, you could even do books on the side, kind of laying flat like that. And then you could put the vase on top of that. Bring this in closer. Move this riser. You could even leave this on the side like that. All right, so those are some ideas for styling number 2. Now let's do styling number 3. So for styling number 3, I'm going to use a lot of these items, taking away this basket. I'm going to use this photo. I'll use the books as a riser. Take away this here. Keep the ball there for the moment. Set the bunny on top of that. All right, additionally, I could put these beads on top of the books and just let them sort of hang down. I think as well, I like the plant idea, perhaps in front of the picture. Look though, pretty nice look. Now, if it's too much plant, you could certainly remove the ivy plant. And maybe have just that plant. Or if you want to make that a focal point, you put it up top, and then you put your bunny in the center there. Alternatively, you could have your artificial lavender plant and your little bunny with the air plant and your beads hanging off there. And you could take away your ball and you could have your plant here in the corner. So if you were decorating with a shelf, perhaps, I think this would look fantastic. I think having your plant hanging over, cascading over your shelf, and your bead, string of beads, I think that looks wonderful with your picture behind it. I think that looks great. And you could even move this in closer if you wanted to, or further apart, however that looks to you. I think that looks great. I walked through 3 different styling options here in our kitchen, and these can also be used in any room. I just happened to use the counter here in our kitchen for convenience, and the lighting is better. So I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for watching and subscribing to my channel. If you like the video, hit like. That also supports my channel. And feel free to subscribe. I do produce 1 video a week, if not more. And I'm also active on Instagram as well. I appreciate and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. So we'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye now.